Okay, so now we're live. Very good evening to everyone. Thanks for those out in social media land. And I'll come over like this. And thank you for all those in Zoom. If you have access to chat, just let us know where you're from. And with that, I'll let the beautiful Tash intro us all.
All right. Thank you all, everybody. And in Navajo, we say Ya at e. And when we say Ya at e, Ya means universe. Y-A, it means universe. And at e means it is. So when we say Ya at e, that means we are all one with the universe. I mean, how intelligent is that? That's beyond quantum physics, if you ask me. So, ya'at everybody. Navajos have known a lot of stuff that scientists took like years to get knowledge of. So, I'd like to acknowledge our traditional caretakers of the lands. I'd like to acknowledge our traditional ancestors of the lands. I'd like to acknowledge the 19 pueblos around us who so kindly let us be on their land and utilize it for our living. And I'd like to acknowledge all your ancestors and all your caretakers of your lands wherever you're beaming in from. So thank you all, and may we all leave a nice, beautiful light footprint on Mother Earth while we're here. I'd like to just let you know that Indigenous Ways is dedicated to bridging cultural exchange with people globally. And we try to make, we don't try, we do, we make space for everybody with walls down, no separation. We are all one. We all bleed red blood. We are human. We are five-fingered ones. So we have our concert series on Friday nights. Tonight we have wonderful performer, multi-talented, gorgeous woman, performance-based artists, and we also like to bring in a comedian of the month as well. And on Wednesdays we have Wisdom Circle. Wednesday is elders, and we like young people with old souls. We like wisdom keepers to come and share their stories to enlighten and uplift us in this time of coronavirus and quarantine time. So thank you all to have reached out via email, text, and chat box. And we'd also like to let you know that our virtual events are recorded and archived. So
So if you're here in Zoom and when Jamie's finished a song, it's very interactive. So if you want to give a shout out or wahoo or clap, please take your mic off, but don't forget to put it back on again. But also make sure you don't interrupt it too. And if you're out in social media, we're so grateful to have you. Be sure to have your little share this and watch party. But we're grateful to have you all. And then, okay.
And I'd like to tell you, we met Jamie Anderson years and years ago in the East Coast. And when we go on tours, and sometimes we just do a straight trip to DC and take a straight shot to outside of Richmond. There's this place called Campout. It's a women's music festival, and Jamie is like the favorite there, one of them, because she comes with such cheery, wonderful vibrations. She comes sometimes with a hula hoop, and she'll get up on stage and invite people to come up and sing with her. And she's very engaging for audiences, whether she's with a hula hoop or a ukulele or a guitar, or she's a storyteller, she's a writer. And what I really appreciate about Jamie Anderson is she comes from Tucson, Arizona, which is my home state. I come from the northern part on the Navajo Nation portion of it, and she has chosen to live in Canada and actually become a citizen there. So she's got dual citizenship. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jamie, just go like this. No, you're wrong, Tosh. But Jamie has made some choices in her life that, she could be a doctor, a scientist. She could be working somewhere like on planet Earth, anywhere she wants. But you know what Jamie's chosen to do? She's chosen to utilize the arts of creation, of creative intelligence, this God is given gift that we are all born with. And she's decided to make a life for herself. So this woman gets out there and she is a road warrior. And I really have a lot of respect for her, a lot. So she's going to go and go and go. And there's not a ladder Jamie can't climb. So I'm going to go ahead and tone it down a little bit and do this so Jamie can take over. Jamie, we love you. Thank you for being with us.
All
Knock our
right,
socks
let's
off.
give it up for the beautiful Jamie
Wow.
Anderson.
Thank you
Woo!
so much. And I appreciate all the accolades, but I could not work in medicine. You do not want to have a medical emergency with me anywhere near. I joke with my students that I teach for a living, and then I do some touring, and I tell them that if they make a mistake on the guitar, it's great because nobody dies. But medical stuff is another thing. So you may see me like looking off to the side and leaning over a little bit, and that's because my cat is in here playing with every chord in the room. So hopefully this won't crash and burn all around us. So I do want to say that I'm broadcasting from Ottawa, Canada, which is unceded territory for the Algonquin Nation. So I want to thank them for allowing my friends and I to be here. And so I have a lot of breakup songs because they're just so much fun to write. And but I haven't written one in a long time because I'm happily married, and the circumstances just aren't there. But a friend of mine went through a terrible breakup, and I thought she should have a breakup song, so I wrote her one. Another long distance call on my dime. This relationship's nothing but a long, hard climb. I'm calling from a payphone cause I don't have a cell. You say you're out of minutes, I'm out of time as well. Out of minutes, out of hours, out of days, out of time. The way we wasted love, especially mine. Out of lust, out of patience, out of sanity. Your love cost me big, but breaking up was free. We tried to be friends, but you left me alone. When I had that accident, you didn't even phone. At first I was surprised, then it hit me like a brick. Once again I'm left listening to that old clock tick. Out of minutes, out of hours, out of days, out of time. The way we wasted love, especially mine. Out of lust, out of patience, out of sanity. Your love cost me big, but breaking up was free. Gonna move to a minor key, but I won't stay there long. Gonna take some time for me to send you this song. Maybe not, cause I'm out of minutes, out of hours, out of days, out of time. The way we wasted love, especially mine. Out of lust, out of patience, out of sanity. Your love cost me big. Breaking up was free. Breaking up was free. Breaking up was, I can't hear you. You're breaking up. Breaking up was free.
Woo! Love that concept.
That's nice to have. So that's one down. Let's go to the next one. Well, like a lot of creative people who have been in isolation, we've been creating. And, I've heard from my friends who are painters and poets, and they are creating like crazy. And this is one of the songs that I've written recently. Frustrated, these walls don't say much. I miss my friends, I miss human touch. There's still a world outside. There is darkness, there is light. Take a walk, the sun is warm. I feel myself drown. Summer's coming, gorgeous day, you're still beautiful from 6 feet away. Some don't believe, they think it's all a lie. I have to let that go and hope they don't die. I say a prayer and close my eyes, and I picture the beauty of a clear blue sky. Take a walk, the sun is warm, I feel myself transform. Summer's coming, a gorgeous day, you're still beautiful 2 meters away. When this is over, our lives may change. Remember that sunny day, even if it rains. Take a walk, the sun is warm, feel yourself transform. Summer's coming, gorgeous day, we're all beautiful from 6 feet away. 2 meters away.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jamie.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Nice.
So I first wrote that as 6 feet away, and I thought, well, that doesn't include my friends in Canada, so I added 2 meters away. And that was inspired by some graffiti in my neighborhood. I try to get out whenever I can. And there it was in chalk on the side of a building, "You're still beautiful from 6 feet away," with a big flower right next to it. And I thought, oh, I got to write that song. So I played in a bluegrass band for quite a while, and it was big fun. So I'm going to do a little solo bluegrass for you, which is a little weird. But this is a song that I wrote when I first moved to North Carolina. I lived most of my life in Arizona, and then I fell in love, and we moved together to North Carolina. And, you know, Arizona doesn't really have a lot of natural disasters unless you count the politicians. But you know, there are, you know, flash floods, but as long as you're not standing in an arroyo, you know, when there's a thunderstorm far off, you're okay. You know, like there's a way to plan. But had I known I was moving to North Carolina, where there's something called a hurricane season, I might have made a U-turn around about Tennessee and went back to Arizona. But instead, I went ahead and moved to North Carolina, and I'm terrified of hurricanes, but I thought, you know, maybe if I wrote a song to sort of bolster my courage, that'll help. And I was learning mandolin at the time, and I thought, well, I'll just include a song with every, excuse me, there goes the cat. What did I tell you? Can you see him back there? Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted by the cat. Anyway, I was going to say that, so I was learning mandolin at the time, and so I wrote a song that included pretty much every mandolin chord I knew at the time. Wind picks up like a dancer's heel, sounds just like a fiddler's reel. Mandolin ringlet sounds like this. Better get ready for a stormy kiss. a blast of wind comes through the trees. Dorothy and Toto got nothing on me. Let's all do a lively step. We don't care if we all get wet. Twirl around in a thunder show. Hurricanes come, gonna let it all go. Hurricanes coming, gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go.
Yeah. My mom likes bluegrass. Mom, remember we used to listen to Doug Kershaw, remember when I was a kid?
And I want to give a big shout out to Susan Fraser from Goldenrod, who's on our Facebook social media pages.
Susan, we love you.
So, it's really hard to play the mandolin softly because, in a bluegrass band, I'm competing with a banjo. So I hope you could hear all that. So just a second ago, you missed it. I have a bookcase behind me, and there's an empty shelf that my cat decided to jump into right in the middle of that song. And then he decided he didn't like bluegrass, and he left. He's sitting out in the hallway glaring at me. So he's actually a very talented songwriter, and he wrote this next song, and he told me that he would come back in and disturb the concert again if I didn't do this song. So here it is. I need love, but you treat me bad. I'm so angry, I'm going mad. The way you treat me is mean. I cry and you say, c'est la vie. Dry food again. Is that all you've got? Out of catnip too. There is no God. My box is dirty. Human, how come? You must clean it. You have opposable thumbs. Pat me, don't pat me, pat me, don't pat me, pat me, don't pat me, pat me, don't pat me. Am I not clear? You may touch me there, but not here, or here, or here, or wait, what? Dry food again. Where is the can? What part of meow don't you understand? Still I bring gifts, hairballs and mice. Like Santa, I bring them in the middle of the night on your pillow. All I do, what do I get? But another visit to the vet. I'm disgusted with these toys you bought. When all I need is a cardboard box. My life is more wretched than you thought. And I'll never catch the red dot.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I can relate.
You nailed it.
Well, I mean, you think you've got it bad when your cat needs dinner. I get songs when he needs dinner. So sometimes people who aren't pet owners don't get that song. So it's time to pull out another instrument. I started playing the ukulele when my dad gave me his. He had a stroke a few years ago and he wasn't able to play his instruments anymore. And he tried to give me one of his guitars, but frankly, his guitars were crap and I didn't want one. I didn't have the heart to tell him that though. But I pointed over at this beat up ukulele and I said, "Dad, can I have your ukulele?" And he says, "You want that?" And I said, "Yeah." So I brought it home, and one of the reasons I wanted it is because I really associated it with him. I'd seen him play it, you know, most of my life, and he never had a case for it. It was all beat up. It had a huge crack down the back. It was just in terrible shape, and I took it to a luthier to get some repair work done, and he fixed it for me. And then afterwards, I said, "You know, can you tell me anything about this ukulele? You know, it's just this old ukulele somebody gave my dad," and he went in over to the computer and he tippy-tapped on it for a little bit and he came back and he says, "Well, it's a vintage Martin. It's worth $700. Like, a ukulele with a crack in the back? And so I told Dad, and Dad's like, "I want it back." I was like, "No, it's mine now." So this isn't Dad's ukulele because his is really too valuable to play, but this is one that I got in Nashville not too long ago, and immediately I started writing songs. I love this little thing. And this song was an assignment from a great event that we have here in Ottawa where I live called the Great Canadian Song Along. And they give a group of songwriters a whole bunch of prompts to write songs. And one of the prompts was "between the lines." And I thought, oh, I'll never use that one. That's a cliche. Well, I started fooling around on the ukulele, and that's the one I ended up using. This is called "Between." There is no time for regret. Memory brings. Oh, I totally screwed that up. You know what? I'm going to start again. I've even got the words here next to me, and maybe if I scoot them a little closer. Let's try that again. There is no time for regret. Memory outlines my weariness. A book of poetry I found, a red rose pressed. The one you offered me the night I wore that lacy dress. Between the lines, between the words, no matter how they blur. Between the tears, between the lies, no matter how I cry. I don't know why, I don't know why. The truth appears between the lines. Where is the love? Where is the trust? When that flower turns to dust, empty words reveal what they must, telling the story of us. Between the lines, between the words, no matter how they blur. Between the tears, between the lies, no matter how I cry. I don't know why, I don't know why. The truth appears between the lines. What have I learned? It's hard to know. Jumble of
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, this next song I did not write. Every songwriter has that song they wish they'd written. And this is one that I really wished I'd written. In fact, I like it so much I put it on one of my albums. And I hadn't played it for a very long time, and I did a live stream concert, I think it's been about a month ago, that was all requests, and somebody requested this song, and I thought, oh my gosh, and I didn't even remember it. I had to relearn it, and then I remembered why I liked it so much. And I think it's a song that maybe we need to hear. This was written by George Worsback and Karen Taylor Good. I used to walk through this world, cautious and oh so serious, till the life I was living was merely a near-death experience. Will I change my story when I finally saw where I wasn't where it was at? Now I'm alive, I let destiny drive while I'm stretching out in the back. And if I lose my job, sleep till noon if the mood is bad. Watch cartoons, and if my house burns down, I'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. In the vastness of space, the ever-expanding universe, we are all puny specks of galactic dust here on Mother Earth. Well, I ain't no preacher, don't know if I'll reach out, but here is some humble advice. Use your uncommon sense and you surely will live an uncommonly sensible life. And if you lose your job, sleep till noon if the news is bad. Watch cartoons, and if your house burns down, you'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. Well, I ain't no preacher, don't know if I'll reach out, but here is some humble advice. Use your uncommon sense and you surely will live an uncommonly sensible life. And if you lose your job, sleep till noon if the news is bad. Watch cartoons, and if your house burns down, you'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. Much better view of the moon. Much better view of the moon.
Woo!
Beautiful.
Nice.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks. I mean, isn't that great advice? If the news is bad, watch cartoons, you know? Sometimes disengaging is the best thing that you can do for yourself. So, Ottawa, where I live, is truly a beautiful place. We have two rivers here, the Rideau and the Ottawa. The Ottawa separates Ontario from Quebec, and it's quite a wide river. And one of my favorite things to do is to walk along that river in the summertime. And it's big enough and wide enough that I often see boats out there. One day I was out there walking, and there were these beautiful sailboats that I so wanted to be on. And it got me thinking about when I learned to sail, and I wrote this song. Learn to sail in Long Beach Harbor on a warm and sunny day. kept you quiet. I never knew what he had done. Sailing gave you freedom, and in the dark, a shining sun. And you were flying, high school graduation, you planned your escape. He seemed okay to marry. 4 children came right away. No money for a boat, far from the open sea. More secrets and another man. Did you close your eyes and dream that you were flying, flying? My mother said she saw you, grandkids by your side. You said we'd get together before we could. I heard you died. Now I seek the open water. I know I have the right of way. This legacy you left me is the wind that fills my sail, and I am flying, flying. I am flying, flying.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Jamie.
Beautiful, Jamie.
Yeah.
Between you and the interpreter, I am crying. Wow. Nice work, both of you. Wow.
I was watching Gabby do flying. That's cool. Usually when I work with an interpreter, they're to the side of me and I can't really see what they're doing, but it's really a blessing to be able to face you, Gabby. And I enjoyed Chris too. Chris. I'm only catching like 1 out of every 50 signs, but hey, that's something, right? So I think it's time for another ukulele song. And I need to move the cursor around on my laptop a little bit. I forgot to set it so that it doesn't go to sleep, and I'm terrified that in the middle of a long song, all of a sudden everything's going to go dark. Technology is not my thing. So I'm inspired by a lot of things, and there was something that one of my Facebook friends said, and I said, well, that should be a song, so I wrote it. Well, actually, I had help from my Facebook friends. I asked them a question. I'll tell you what it is after I finish. It can be a shock until you're at the door. Rest assured you always get what you pay for. They have, what is the worst? They have no menus. Oh, that's wrong. Gosh. Yeah. Gabby, you do the rest of the song, okay? It's like, sure. One time when I was emceeing, I ran out of things to say because the set change was taking so long. So I turned to the sign interpreter and I said, would you tell some jokes? And then I walked off stage. And she told a joke, but only the deaf people got it. So, but that was all right, they got entertained. Okay, here we go. I'll try it again. are canned, the chicken always dry. Don't forget the humble pie. Everything is bitter, never-ending bowl. The ice cream is warm, the rest is served cold. If you don't like it, all you have to do is change. You can earn your way to the Good Karma Cafe. They have creme brulee on their endless buffet, and you never gain weight unless you want to, and you never have to pay.
Yeah.
Ooh, right on, Jamie.
Karma Cafe. So somebody said on my Facebook page, what kind of things would you get at the Karma Cafe? I'm like, well, I don't know. We could probably come up with a few things. So I wrote that. Boy, this is going a lot faster than I thought it would. I do have a new song that, Gabby, you don't know it. And I apologize in advance, but it tells a story, so I'm hoping it won't be too complicated. I hate to do this to interpreters, but this is a new song that I haven't really performed, and I'll do it for you all, and you all, tell me what you think afterwards. I really like that this is that there might be a little discussion afterwards, because this is one of those songs that I wrote and I'm not so sure about. In this showroom, we only want to buy a car. The salesman shouts, "You must be sisters. I know you are." Only straight people say that. We look nothing alike. Only straight people say that. She's my wife. The preacher says, "Have you found Jesus?" I ask, "Is he lost?" He shouts, "He is the way," as he stands there holding a cross. Only smug people say that. Don't know how I pray. Only smug people say that. We all have feet of clay. The young man wore a hoodie. He was out late. Was that a gun in his pocket? Anyone could make that mistake. Only white people say that. He killed an innocent kid. Only white people say that. No excuse for what he did. You can't avoid being straight or white, but you can stop and think. You can make it right. You can make it right. Only kind people say that. Make a fresh start. Only kind people say that. Listen with your heart. Listen with your heart.
Right on, Jamie.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thanks. I think I'm going to call that "Listen with Your Heart." So I'm going to end with a couple of goofy songs, because I do love goofy songs. I like all kinds of songs, obviously, given the one that I just did. But before we get too far, I do want to mention that my newest album, which is right here, is called The Truth Appears. And you can get it at Goldenrod and at Bandcamp. And if you just go to jamieanderson.com, you can see links for all of that. And I'm also a writer, and I have 2 books. One is a collection of stories from the road called Drive All Night, and that's available from Bella Books and also from Goldenrod. Goldenrod carries everything. And my newest book is called An Army of Lovers. It's about women's music of the 70s and 80s. And this is a book that I spent 8 years researching, and I interviewed over 100 women. And this covers women's music. And for those of you who don't know about women's music, it was a powerful force that started in the 70s in answer to mainstream music. Mainstream music, you know, you pretty much had to be Janis Joplin or Carole King, and even then they had to fight to get where they were. And this is a group of feminists, a group of lesbians, and it was a very powerful network that still exists, although it's not quite as strong as it was back in the heyday. So that's An Army of Lovers. And again, you can find more information at my website, jamieanderson.com. So this is another song that my Facebook friends helped me write. Say she makes all your dreams come true. She's funny, smart, and loves all you do. She might pop the question, you know you'll say yes. Do you wonder why all your friends look distressed? We know she's pretty, and you have lots of fun. But take our advice, run. Let us remind you of a few facts. She has 3 dogs and 38 cats. 3rd DUI and she's back in jail. You'll spend all your money on cat litter and bail. She hasn't worked since 2001, and she's not retired. Take our advice, run. Remember the time that guy told your truck, and she said, well, can't your sister pick you up? You were never surprised or dismayed when all she wanted was popped for Valentine's Day. She has the 7 drawers tattooed on her bum. Take our advice, run. Listen to us now. You gotta let her go. Yeah, she's great in bed. Don't ask how we know. We got a petition. It's signed by everyone. Tell her it's over and done. And run.
Woo! Run, run, run.
Run. I mean, how many times have you met a friend's newest squeeze and you're like, oh, honey, run? Because, you know, usually they're in la la land. And anyway, so that was inspired by my Facebook friends. And I asked them, when did you know the relationship was over? And those were all the answers I got. So I'm going to do one more song for you, and I want to thank Gabby and Cress for interpreting. It's really great that these concerts are accessible, and thanks to Elena and Tash for inviting me to do this and all the great work that Indigenous Ways does. So please support them, attend their gatherings, and really fine women. I always enjoy meeting you all at Campout every year. So this song, well, they say write what you know, so this is something I know about. Don't tell me to try meditation or to drink that nasty tea. Ointment from wild yams will not cure what's ailing me. Menopause mambo, menopause mambo, menopause mambo. I'm gonna strip to my underwear. If you don't turn up the air, then you'll see I've lost my butt. Take pity, send chocolate. Menopause mambo, menopause mambo, menopause mambo. I need moisturizer everywhere. You don't want to know where I'm growing hair. And the thing that I most dread is that the gray isn't just on my head. Menopause mambo, menopause mambo, menopause mambo. I don't want to wake in the middle of the night unless it involves Rachel Maddow and candlelight. Menopause mambo. That's the way I'm sweating.
Okay, everybody, unmute, and let's give her
Right
a
on.
beautiful applause. Let's give it up.
Hey!
Jamie Anderson. And I also got to say real quick, Jamie Anderson, thank you for your wonderful donation for our Black Mountain Run coming up in 2 Tuesdays. We love you. Thank you, everybody. Jamie has contributed to our Black Mountain Run. We're definitely going to focus on Oak Ridge. So thank you very much, Jamie. We love you.
So we're going to invite everyone in Zoom to click on their cameras. It's that great time again. If you're out in social media, we're going to either come in through the IndigenousWays.org virtual events to find the Zoom link, or send some questions or comments that you'd like to do or share with Jamie. It's so wonderful. Usually this is the time where we do a little commercial break while people are coming in, but we've got so many windows and things happening that I don't think we can get our little shared event happening. Let's try it one more time. Nope, it doesn't want to do it. So that's
everybody.
okay.
Come on in, everybody.
So
Come on in.
while everyone's kind of coming in and turning their cameras on, which is down the bottom, we just want to share what's going on next week at the Wisdom Circle.
We have our wonderful Dr. Annette Diarmata. She is a homeopathic, naturopathic doctor of medicine. She lives in Austin, Texas, and she specializes in people that don't have insurance and are not able to get help. And she specializes in people that are growing older and facing health issues, everything from stiffness to arthritis to whatever. She is we love her. We met her last year while we were on tour, and we said, let's get together in Santa Fe. But you know what? Zoom is as good as it gets. Following that, we have Lourdes Perez. She is a beautiful singer-songwriter. I believe she plays a nylon guitar, and she's going to be singing in language. So that's going to be really fun, kind of like last Friday when we had the Valle de las Flores, the beautiful Layla and Carol. So it's all going to be in language Latina. Okay, everybody, I am going to be quiet. So let's open it up. Everybody ask Jamie all these questions now.
Or comments or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, I nearly fell off my chair laughing at the cat in the menopause.
Well, thank you.
You're so right on. You're just great.
I'm only singing the truth. Only singing the truth.
and run. That was a great one.
Thank you.
Ooh,
Thank
now I
you.
can start my video. There we go. Better.
So I'm only seeing a few people at a time. Is there a way that I can open up my screen? Maybe
Yeah,
there-
Jamie, if you go up to the
there it
top,
is.
there
Yep,
should be gallery view, speaker
got it.
view.
There's
Okay, cool.
Linda.
There they are. Look, there's people out there.
Oh, yes.
Come on.
All right, now's not the time to be shy. Any other comments?
Teresa Candelaria.
I loved it. It made me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that. We need that uplifting music
Uh-huh.
in this time. So thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Teresa.
Is that my sister Tori? Honey, hi. Tori Trujillo is here, and we often
Tori!
Hey, Tori!
Great to see you, woman!
So happy to see you.
Damn.
Yay. I was singing harmonies with you.
Oh, I wish we could have made it live.
Could have. She could have just unmuted.
Yeah, with the delay, it would have sounded really good.
Oh my God. Canada to America. The invisible line on Turtle Island.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Otra. Linda Bonner, would you like to say something? Or Boehner?
Oh, wait. How to, no.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Clear as a bell.
Wow, it unmuted somehow. Cool. I think I remember Jamie from Sister Space, maybe?
Yeah, I played at Sister Space in the 90s.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's where I remember you somehow. I had to come and see.
Well,
Awesome concert.
thank you.
Nice
I
to
need
see
to
you.
make it back out to Sister Space.
You should.
Yeah, I should. But now that I live in Canada, it's a little harder to
That is true.
get down there. And frankly, these days, I kind of like being on this side of the border. No offense.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I get that.
Hey, Sarah, how's it going in Santa Fe?
Hey, I enjoyed the show. I picked it up the second half. I had another commitment, but I love that song Flying. That was beautiful. That really, I could just be in that vibe. So yeah, I find that, music really lifts the spirits. And so I'm just really grateful to Indigenous Ways to have this format. So thanks to everybody. Stay well.
Love you, Sarah.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Sarah,
Hey,
mate.
Tori, how's it going? Beautiful cat there.
Yeah, I wish I could hold one of my cats, but they don't like to be held. So yeah.
All right. If nobody else has anything to say, I'm going to start kind of making my way to bed with Menopause Mama.
Mambo.
Thanks, everybody. It was great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you.
want to again, where we are, there's the links to jamieanderson.com. Please make sure you support her beautiful habit to keep her doing what she's doing, whether that be writing. And if you don't know this, Jamie made the New York
Times.
I
this
was
week.
published. Yes, I was published. in the
Right
New York
on.
Times. I know.
So
I'm
Ja-
a real
so-
writer now.
Cool.
Yeah, so Jamie says, I got biceps and I was published by the New
Yeah.
York Times. So buy my book.
Actually,
So,
I was a real writer the first time the Lesbian Connection published one of my letters, and that was in the 70s. So,
All right.
So it's a real joy with what Jamie has done on her walk, inspiring many musicians, including us. And so thank you, Jamie, so much for your incredible walk. Please be sure to support Jamie, and whether that be if you've already got her music, get her music for friends or books. But please be sure to go over and join her or any of her social media pages. She's got over 35,000 people on YouTube. So if you're not on her YouTube page, please be sure to do that. She's sending out lots of great things.
I have a question.
sure.
Great.
Do you mind?
Go for it,
Jamie,
mate.
what was your cat song called?
It was called A Very Sad Tale, TAI.
Of course it was.
And that's
Thank you.
actually, that's the second cat song I've written. I have another one called When Cats Take Over the World. That
Gosh, we got to get you
soundtrack-
back.
Yeah, it's a soundtrack for about 1 million cat slideshows on YouTube. So
That's why
That's
she's
great.
got 35,000.
I have a friend who has like almost 40 rescued cats. So she's got to hear a very sad tale.
oh, well, bless her heart for saving all those cats.
Yeah.
Jamie, didn't
got
one of your books just get nominated for a Goldie Award?
Yes, my newest one.
Wow.
uh,
Wow. I got to buy that one.
It was
Right on.
It's a finalist for a Goldie Award. I'll know soon if I won. So
Wow.
Oh, fabulous.
yeah, pretty excited about that.
Let's put
you're
all
li-
those beautiful vibes out there for that. That's
You're
awesome,
living
Jamie.
my dream, Jamie. You're living my dream. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna write a book too.
You should. Everyone should write.
I'm
a book.
working on it.
We got
Yeah.
lots and lots of great stories. So with that, thanks everyone for tuning in, whether you're in the social media. Thanks all those people too that did watch parties and shared that. Thanks, Tori, for doing that. But let's just give a big shout out for the amazing one and only Jamie Anderson. And again, thank you to our interpreters, Chris and Gabby,
Knocked
making
it out
that
of the
access
ballpark. Oh
available
my
for everyone. We'll look forward to seeing you here on Wednesday with the beautiful Annette,
Annette de Armata.
or on Friday with her beautiful wife.
Lourdes Perez.
Great.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everyone for tuning in. Be safe and have a great Friday and beautiful weekend. Keep safe. Thank you so
all
much,
very
Jamie
much.
Anderson.
Good night, Jamie Anderson.
Bye, be safe.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you,
you all for
thank
coming.
you.
Bye-bye.